right. So we're going to start in child's pose today. So take your time. That can be a very wide knee child's pose with arms long in front. It could be knees gently together and arms by your sides. Whatever helps you get comfortable in this moment, just kind of stretching the body out nice and long, heavying the head. Finding your breath. And taking up space. Feeling like you can use the inhales and exhales here to expand the body a little bit. And maybe that's low back, outer hips, belly, rib cage, chest, back of the heart. Just start to invite the breath to get longer and more expansive. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Sigh out your mouth. Do that one more time. Big breath in. And out. And you can start to walk fingertips a little further forward here. And then gently over to the left. So just looking to open up the right side body as we root into the right palm and draw the right hip crease back. Think about breathing deeper in between each individual rib there, expanding intercostally. Big inhale and exhale. Take one more big breath in and then use your exhale this time to walk through center over to the right side. Stretching out the left side of your body by rooting the left palm and gently drawing the left hip crease back. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Good big breath in. And exhale, walk fingertips to center. You can tent up to fingertips, lift the palms, lift the elbows, maybe wiggle your hips a little here. And then we'll gently walk the hands underneath the shoulders for hands and knees, tabletop. And start to warm up the spine. Inhale to lift the gaze, drop the belly. Exhale, coil and round, heavy your head, press everything away. Inhale, lifting gaze, dropping belly. Exhale, coiling into round, heavy the head, press the floor away. A few more times here on your own, cats and cows. Really encouraging breath to link up to the movement. And allowing the inhales, exhales to be nice and long. And then if you want to open it up a little more organically, you can take a little sway side to side, circles with your head or your hips, whatever would feel good to you in this moment. And just notice if you take a circle one direction, a sway one way, can you mirror that on the other side of the body? And as you start to even out, finding your way to the center. Get nice and long. Think about lifting up through abdominals here. And then just gently tuck the right toes behind you. Start to find a little pulse forward and back, heart and heel. Pausing anywhere that feels like it needs your attention for the moment. And then as you feel ready, go ahead and step the right foot over to the left side. So crossing it behind your left foot. Peek over your left shoulder and find that heel in space. Coming back to right side body opening. Take a big breath in. Let a big breath go. Lengthen spine, look forward. Now gently lift up the right foot, flex it back. Stay long and strong, breathe in. Exhale, coil in, knee to nose round, press everything away. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen, flex back. Exhale, knee to nose. One more, inhale, lengthen. Coil and round. Good, lengthen the leg. This time, gently tap the toes down. Spin the heel down, and you may need to kickstand the left shin a little bit as you reach the right arm up. Stretching long through the right hip, the right shoulder. Maybe you send the right arm up and over the ear. Big long line of energy through the rooted foot, through the pinky finger. One more inhale. And then exhale, come back to your cat spine. So hand and knee down, round, round, round. And then inhale, lengthen, find the middle, neutralize. Tuck the left toe, start to reach through the heel and find the pulse on the other side. Just warming everything up. Again, invitation to pause if you find a spot that needs your attention. And as you're ready, left foot steps over to the right side, peek over your right shoulder, and keep pressing and opening through the left side of the body. Big breath in, and out. Lengthen spine, look forward, and then pick up your left foot. Flex it actively back as you lift low abdominals. Breathe in. Coil in, knee to nose, round. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale for length. Exhale, coil and round. Inhale, lengthen. Tap left toes down. Spin left heel down. Kickstand right shin a little bit and reach the left arm up. Reaching for the ceiling to start. Root the left foot and then maybe send the left arm up and over your ear. Big long line, pinky toe to pinky finger. Lengthen long. Breathe in. And then exhale back to cat. Round the spine, heavy the head. And as you're ready, inhale, lift your gaze, drop your belly. This time, tuck your toes and send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet a little bit here. Bend one knee and then the other side. Really take your time to start to make it feel comfortable for you today. And that may look like spreading fingers a little wider, rolling shoulders away from ears, bending both knees together to send sitting bones higher. Yeah, good. Big breath in and out. Go ahead and let an inhale ripple you forward to a plank pose, top of the push-up. And then exhale, send hips up and back, down dog. Do that one more time. Roll forward gently, plank pose. Press hips up, down dog. And then start to slowly walk the feet forward to the hands. Forward folding at the top of your mat. And feet can be hips distance or a little wider, catching opposite elbows here as you hang heavy over the legs, ragdoll. Maybe a little sway, side to side. You can shake head yes and no. Maybe play with shifting weight around in the feet. You start to feel a little opening. These are great. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms heavy down. And start to slowly articulate, roll up through your spine. When you get to the top, you can roll the shoulders back a few times, whether that's together or independent, totally up to you. Just feel, notice, expand. Then eventually shoulders roll back once more, palms start to peek forward, and you'll start to squeeze shoulder blades a little nearer on the back to lift the chest. Heel toe the feet a little closer, anywhere that feels most stable in your body. And then as you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold long over your legs. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway, maybe pressing palms to shins. Exhale, planting palms, gently step back, plank pose. Take a nice deep in here, fill up. Exhale, lower down, maybe tapping knees down to support you as you come halfway or all the way to the belly. Inhale, open the heart, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, send hips high, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, peek forward, hopping or stepping slowly, you start to find the top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen, expand. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Root to rise. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, prayer to your heart. Again, inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, stepping back, plank pose. Big breath in here, fill up. Exhale to lower your weight, maybe with knees or all the way or halfway. Inhale, open heart, lean back. Exhale, send hips high, downward facing dog. Big breath in. And out. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, peek forward, hopping or stepping, top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching arms overhead. Exhale, prayer to your heart. One more like this. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold, releasing down. Inhale, lengthen, prepare. Planting palms, hopping, stepping, moving with your breath. Use the exhale to gently lower body. Inhale to lift the heart through, roll shoulders back. And exhale, send hips side, down dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, lift heels. Exhale, bend your knees, peek forward. Hopping or stepping the feet to meet the hands. Gently forward, folding over your legs. Inhale, reaching arms overhead. Exhale, prayer to your heart. Take a big breath in. Let a big breath go. Good. Go ahead and swim the arms behind you. Interlace fingers here. And then stretch that fist you've created away from your body. Maybe heel toe, feet a little wider here. You can wiggle your hips out as you roll shoulders back. And then bring this fist you've created to your right hip. So you're wrapping the left arm around behind you. Think about puffing up into the low back here and really pin that right elbow back. This may be plenty. If you want to, gently drop the right ear to the right shoulder, opening up the left side of the neck, the left shoulder blade dropping down the back. Big breath in and out. Good, gently pick up the head. Reach this fist you've created straight back behind you. Wiggle if you need to wiggle, always. And then this fist you've created comes to your left hip. So right arm around behind you, puff up low back, breathe in. And then maybe a gentle surrender, left ear to left shoulder. Right side of neck opening, shoulder blade dropping. Good. Yeah, breathe in. Breathe out. Good, keep your grip. Extend the arms long behind you, soften your knees, and then fold belly to thighs, head heavy. Shake yes, shake no, open shoulders with a wiggle if you like. And you can stick with this, the shoulder opening, or release your grip. Bring peace fingers to your big toes and take a yogi toe lock by inhaling to lengthen, lift the chest, and then exhale, draw the elbows really wide. So you're actively folding body over body. Nice choices. Good. Wherever you are, using the breath to move you into the shape a little bit more thoroughly. One more inhale. And exhale. If you're shoulder opening, release your grip. Let the arms hang heavy for a moment. Maybe shake out your fingers or your wrists. Release your yogi toe lock if you're there. And we'll all walk the hands back up to the shins. Reach long through the heart. Reach back through the sitting bones. And then exhale. Plant your palms. Step back plank. Big breath in here. Exhale. Lower your way. Halfway. All the way with knees. Inhale. Open the heart. Lean back. And exhale. Send hips high. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Open the mouth and sigh away. Inhale the right leg gently up and back behind you. And exhale, coil it, knee to nose, roll forward and plank. Inhale, reach high, flex. Right knee, right elbow, get wide. Yeah, inhale, reach. Right knee, left elbow, cross your body, squeeze. Inhale, reach up. And then gently step the right foot through between your hands. If you need to help it along the way, you can grab above the ankle and step. Pivot the back heel down and then reach the arms overhead, warrior one. Think about squaring the pelvis towards the front of the room as best you can. Maybe by drawing that right hip back a little more. You can heel toe the right foot a little wider if that feels good. And we'll come back to interlacing fingers behind the back. Big breath in, puff up the chest. Exhale, bow down, devotional warrior. Torso heavy, head heavy. Think about rooting the feet so much you can draw inner thighs just a little nearer each other. Breathe in. Breathe out. Root into the feet to rise. Bring the arms back overhead. And this time, gently surrender the hands to your hips. Lengthen the right leg and slowly hop the left foot forward a little bit here. So hip points point directly forward. Walk hands to your low back. Squeeze elbows as you puff up the chest and lean back. And exhale, fold the body long over your right leg. And you can walk the hands down the right leg for pyramid pose. Fingertips can find the floor. Think about drawing back through the right hip as you spiral the left thigh forward. Heavy the body over the right leg. Maybe shake out head. Big breath in. And out. Lengthen your spine, peek forward. You'll step the left foot next to the right. Bend your knees a lot and then scoop the arms overhead, chair pose. Think about sitting back a little further in your heels and then gently gather prayer to your heart. Take a big breath in to lengthen and then exhale, twist any amount to the right. Maybe it's the upper body, maybe you hook the elbows or use the left hand. Think about sitting a little lower, lifting the torso away from the lap. Big breath in and then exhale, fold long over your legs. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Big breath in, fill up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open the chest, lean back. Exhale, send hips high, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale your left leg up and back, reach through the heel. Exhale, coil and knee to nose, rolling forward in plank. Inhale, reach high. Left knee, left elbow, get nice and wide. Inhale, reach. Left knee, right elbow, cross your body, squeeze. Inhale, reaching. Gently step that foot through between your hands. Pivot back, heel and rise. Warrior one, arms frame the ears. Breathe in. Exhale, surrender hips a little here. Maybe draw left hip back. One more breath. And then swim arms behind you. Interlace fingers. Maybe take the funky clasp there. Puff up your chest. And exhale, surrender down. Devotional warrior. Torso heavy, head heavy. Rooting feet so much that maybe inner thighs start to draw nearer. Spiraling the hips towards the front of the room. Breathe in. Breathe out. Root to rise, warrior one, arms up. And then gently bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen the left leg and start to walk the right foot forward a little bit here. So now you can really control the pelvis and point hip points directly in front. Walk hands to your low back, squeeze elbows to puff up the chest. Maybe press down on the pelvis if that feels good. And then start to hinge your hips, fold. So heart and spine reaching long, 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 long until you're ready to heavy over the left leg. And hands can come to rest on the leg. Fingertips can come to the floor. Maybe shake head yes and no. Again, gentle drawing back through the left hip crease here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gently lift your spine, look forward. You're going to step the right foot to meet the left. Sit low. Reach high, chair pose. Shift weight back into your heels, sit a little lower. Gently bring palms to press at your heart. Take a big breath in, fill up. And exhale, gently twist to the left, any amount. You can stay lifted and long, maybe right hand on the left thigh or the elbow. Big breath in here, lengthen. Use the exhale, twist. Good, inhale here. Exhale, fold long over your legs. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, planting palms, stepping back, plank pose. Take an inhale here. Exhale, if you want to flow, you can always skip it and come right to down dog. And once the hips are high, take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth and side away. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then gently peek your gaze forward. You'll step the right foot through between the hands. And then slowly tap the left knee down to the mat, untuck the toes. And crawl the hands up to the right thigh. So you're in a little crescent lunge here. Lengthen the arms to bring the low belly away from the top of the right thigh. And then maybe send the hips a little further forward. You can stay just like this if you're getting a lot of action in the hips. It feels good. You can keep the right hand there and maybe reach the left arm up. Maybe even leaning over to the right side, lengthening out left side body. Big breath in and out. Good, lengthen spine, maybe peak gaze high. You can add the right arm if you like. And then exhale, hands to frame the right foot. Lengthen out the right leg for your half split. So scoot the right heel forward as much as you need. You may need to kind of wiggle the foot, point and flex, whatever you like. And then inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, hinging and folding. Big breath in and out. So you can stay right here. If you want a little more, you start to fan the right toes over to the right, and we go deeper into that IT band line. So the further you bring pinky toe towards your mat, and maybe twist the body to the right, walking left hand to the right side, maybe even looking over the right shoulder, the more you'll feel this. So take a little, take a lot. Depends on the day and the moment. Big breath in and out. Good, and then slowly come back through center. Bend the right knee, plant the foot, and this time just gently heel toe the right foot wide to the right for lizard. And that setup may be okay. If it feels too crowded, just gently tuck the back toes and you can kind of wiggle the back thigh a little here, and then reset the left knee. And you're welcome to stay up on palms, squeezing the right thigh in towards the body. If you like, you can lower down to your forearms, maybe forearms resting on blocks or pillows. Any support you have available for this moment. And then just notice where the sensation lives in the low back, the outer hips, maybe the front of the left thigh. And start to send more awareness and breath there. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. So start to gently walk back up to the palms if you're not there already. From here, we'll tuck the left toes, lift the back knee, and try to step the left foot outside the left hand. So hips will start out high because of the step, right? But then let them sink down for your malasana squat. I'll wiggle towards you. So we have toes shooting out wider than heels, palms pressing at the heart. Think about sending more weight into the outer edges of the feet, maybe so you can wiggle your toes. And then think about lifting your pelvic floor away from the floor, kind of activate. And if this feels too low, you have hip stuff going on, you can kind of live in this higher goddess version. Yeah, whatever feels best in your body. Think about leaning back a little bit more, external rotation in the thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. And then exhale, lift the hips, fold long over your legs. And you can parallel the feet here. Take the arch of your forefinger and your thumb and kind of hook your heels. So reach through the legs to grab the back of the heels and just heavy your head. If you want more, you can scoot the shoulders further towards the knees, maybe wiggle hips. You can even heel toe feet a little closer. This is a shoulder pressing pose. And then as you're ready, let it go. Lengthen, lift the chest forward halfway. You can heel toe feet closer if that feels better. And then when you're ready, plant your palms, step it back, plank pose. Vinyasa, if you want it, exhale to lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, send hips high, down dog. Big breath in and out. Gently send the gaze forward. You'll step the left foot through between the hands, low lunge. And then slowly start to lower the right knee down to the mat and tuck your toes. Stack the palms on the left thigh. And really root into the hands here to lift the chest. So more spaciousness in left hip crease. And then you can send the hips a little further forward. Again, that might feel perfect today. You can stay. Or if you want to, left hand stays to help root you. Right arm reaches up. So feel that the rib cage can start to travel away from the top of the pelvis. Take a big breath in. And maybe a gentle lean over to the left if it serves you. Inhale. And exhale. And then lengthen spine, reach further, look higher. Maybe add the left arm for a moment, touch the sky. And then allow the hands to frame the left foot. You'll draw the left hip back, preparing for your half split. So perhaps scooting the left heel further forward. Any tiny wiggles here that feel good to you, go for it. And then perhaps you pause with the foot flexed. Let it inhale, lift your chest. And an exhale, fold your body heavier. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good, you can come back to a long body. This time maybe fanning the toes over to the left. Any tiny adjustments you need. Hang out in that little bit. Maybe go a little further by adding right hand to the left side of you. And you can keep drawing back through the left hip. You can even peek over your left shoulder if that feels available and good in your body today. Side to side, this may be very different. Take a big breath in here. Let that go. Start to unwind. And when you're facing forward, bend the left knee and gently walk the left foot outside the left hand for lizard. And again, if that distancing, your hips feel good here, you're welcome to stay right where you are. If you need a little bit more setup, you tuck the right toes, lift the knee, and kind of pulse your way into it until your distancing feels right for you. Yeah? You're welcome to stay lifted. Maybe lowering down to forearms. Again, only if that feels available, useful. And start to breathe into that left thigh, squeezing towards the left arm. Very, very nice, yogis. And in these poses that feel particularly still and like we're hanging out for a long time, that doesn't mean we're losing the breath, right? It doesn't mean the body doesn't have subtle little changes in its mobility and movement, that the fascia isn't opening in time. So try to stick with the awareness of these tiny little changes, these openings, these micro movements. Take a nice deep breath in. Let that go. As you feel ready, climb back up to your palms here. This time we'll all tuck the right toes under, lift the knee, and gently step the right foot outside the right hand, coming back to that wide Malasana squat. Maybe tiny wiggles with your hips, or lift pelvic floor to let the spine be longer, taller. Think about shifting weight back, outer edges of the feet and your heels. Maybe pick up your toes. Take a big breath in and out. Good. Lengthen your legs. We'll take that shoulder pressing pose one more time. So parallel your feet. Start to reach the arms through the legs. And then the arch of the forefinger and the thumb, grab the heels with the hands. Think about squeezing legs, maybe even heels of the feet a little closer. You can shake head yes and shake head no. Take a big breath in and out. Good. And then unwrap your hands. Bring prayer to your heart. I know it's awkward. Start to slowly bend your knees more. Reach forward. And then you're going to rock all the way back. Navasana, boat pose. Hi. Big breath in here. And you're welcome to stay. You can hold behind the thighs and keep lifting up through low abdominals. Really squeeze. Or exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, lower. One more time, lifting. Lower down. Lift up. This time, catch your knees. And we're going to rock and roll along the spine. So just a little massage here, forward and back. Take a few rounds. Start to build a little momentum. And the next time you rock up, you'll cross the ankles. Come to hands and knees. And then tuck your toes and send your hips up, down dog. Pedal out the feet a little bit here. And as you're ready, go ahead and roll the body forward to plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly. And you can just rest the forehead on the back of the hands for a moment, shimmy the hips. Maybe windshield like knees, side to side. Good. And you may want to lift up to a Sphinx pose here, especially just to see your screen for a moment. I'm going to adjust my screen so you can see me better on the floor. That should do it. So maybe Sphinx is the ticket today, right? Compressing low back, that might feel good. You could just hang out. Heavy the head, little wiggles, whatever you like. If you want to go deeper into the hips, you're going to start to bend the right knee out to the right. So we're creating a little frog leg here. So the knee is in line with my hip, my ankle is in line with my knee, and then my right foot is flexed. And again, Sphinx may give you enough space to kind of yearn into that right hip crease as it melts towards the floor. If you need a little bit more relaxation today, who doesn't? Gently heavy your head to your hands. All the while trying to roll the weight to the inner right thigh. Just breathing into what starts to open and settle there. Noticing perhaps where you're squeezing and working in muscle groups that you can maybe release and just allow the fascia opening, the bone to pull away from the bone. And that could feel different. Like notice if your glute muscle on the right is trying to do all the work. Can you soften? Take one more great big inhale. And exhale. And whether head is down or you're still in a Sphinx-esque shape, you can start to lengthen out the right leg. We'll do your hips a little bit. And then take your time and find it on the left. So I bend my left knee. Knee is in line with hip. Ankle is below knee. And my left foot is flexed. Maybe easier on this side, harder on this side. Check it out. You can always lower down to your forehead if you like, or pop up to Sphinx pose if you like. One may give you more sensation than the other variation, right? Neither's right or wrong, and the sides don't have to look the same. And again, just finding your way into your breath so that you can scan your body, allowing exhales to help you surrender here. What kind of muscular effort is going on this left side? Is the left glute doing all the work? And can you just surrender into the bone structure? Giving the fascia, the ligaments in the left hip a little tug, a little loosening. Take a nice deep breath in. And let that go. Start to lengthen out your left leg. Any tiny wiggles here that you like. Maybe one last lift up to a Sphinx. Even hands treating wider than elbows. Lift your elbows for a seal. Go deeper into the back bend if you like. Really good. And then gently lower the chest. Send the hips to the heels, child's pose. And breathing deeply there for a few moments. We just compress the sacrum. We're now giving it a chance to spread out. And if that feels tender, if that feels like you need a little wiggle, hands and knees, cat-cow, always feel that you can adjust your shape. Taking one more great big breath in. Breath out. And then you're welcome to either come to hands and knees or down dog. We're going to move into a pigeon pose. Yeah, so available from both. Whenever you're ready for it, you'll set up your right knee behind your right wrist, nice and wide. Let that right ankle land neutrally, and then scoot the left knee back from where it lands or begins, so that you can settle the pelvis to your square. Maybe the instinct is to sit over to the right. Try to strive to center the weight over the front of the left thigh, which may mean there's a lift underneath your right sitting bone. That's okay. If you have a pillow, a towel, something you want to use to support there, fine. But it might just feel okay to lower down to the forearms and let the head kind of be heavy and wiggle. Again, centering the weight of the pelvis. And maybe you want to go even further, bring the forehead to the mat and stretch the arms out long. Up to you. Again, scanning the body. Where can you perhaps find a little knot, something tangled up? And just kind of pull on one thread to loosen. Exhales, creating space. Take a nice deep breath in. Let that go. And then go ahead and climb back to your palms, whether you're coming back to hands and knees or down dog. You may want to lengthen out the right leg. And that could just be tucking the toes behind you and taking a little pulse. Maybe you lift the leg up, bend the knee, make it yours. If you would like a vinyasa in between sides, feel free to float. You can roll forward to plank and do that. Very nice. Beautiful. And then when you're ready for the other side, pigeon pose. So whether from down dog or hands and knees, bring the left knee behind your left wrist, nice and wide. Ankle lands neutrally. Right knee settles and then scoots back a little bit so that you're nice and square on the pelvis and you feel that you can fold the body while keeping it long. Coming down to your forearms. Maybe plenty on this side. If you want more stretch, start to lower the forehead down, reach the arms in front of you perhaps. A reminder that most of the weight is in the front of the right thigh here, the long leg. So maybe rolling a little to the right. You may notice that this side feels different than the other. That's okay. Again, just go on a little journey of awareness. What's tight, what's gripping? I can start to relax a little. Maybe even mimicking that gripping by kind of closing and clenching the fists, scrunching the face, and then using an exhale to melt that all away. Taking a nice deep breath in. Letting that go. Taking your time to slowly walk hands in towards the body, support yourself every step of the way. And maybe you're coming back to hands and knees to stretch the left leg long, or down dog to stretch the left leg long. If you would like one last vinyasa, that's where that lives. Maybe rolling forward to plank, take your time here. Really, really good, yogis. Beautiful work. And then you'll find your way to a nice comfortable seat. And maybe through child's pose and then swing the legs long in front. Hi, Loki. Good. And up to you whether you want to fold with legs long for a Paschimottanasana. And that can be active or more restorative. The more you bend your knees and let the spine round, the more restorative. Yeah. Or maybe rounding of the spine sounds really good. You'll just bring the soles of the feet to meet. Keep heels nice and far away from you for Tarasana and find the rounding there. Also a little bonus outer hip opening. Really good. Big breath in. And out. Wherever you are, whether you have to kind of step the feet in or close the knees to bring the feet in, just Scoot heels nice and close, sit up nice and tall. If you want another Navasana lower, go for it. But you can also just come up to your tiptoes, reach forward, and slowly with control lower down. And get plenty of work done there. And as you arrive, just gently windshield wipe the knees side to side. Maybe even hug the knees into the chest to start to draw circles. Eventually letting the feet land again on the mat. Heels close enough to you that you can brush them with your fingertips. Hips distance to really support you as you root down and lift the hips up. Arms can stay long, or you can interlace your fingers beneath you. Start to scoot shoulders beneath you. Think about lifting up through the points of the hips. Think about lengthening the top of the thighs, getting a little stretch in the low belly. Big breath in. Use the exhale, gently lower down. And you can windshield wipe knees side to side if that feels good, or heel toe feet wider. Let knees rest together if that feels better. Eventually, we're going to hug the knees into the chest. And then flex the feet up towards the ceiling. And maybe it's one at a time. Maybe it's both together. If you're near a wall, you can swing around and let the legs just rest on the wall. If you have a shoulder stand practice, you want to move through plow, go for it. Totally up to you. Hands can maybe just rest on the thighs to give yourself a little container. If it feels like you need more than that, hands can come to the back of the thighs to help hold the legs up. You're welcome to point and flex the feet, draw circles here, whatever you like. If you're going for stillness, let the feet be about outer hips distance so that the bones can just kind of weight into their sockets. Take one more deep breath in. And out. And then you can hug knees into your chest. Think about hugging a knee towards each armpit. Maybe it's just kind of this squoosh happy baby. Maybe you flex feet towards the ceiling and catch outer edges of the feet. A little rocking if that feels nice. You could lengthen the legs if that feels available. And then go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to meet. You can wrap the outer edges of the feet with both hands and kind of pull the feet towards the body. Inner thigh stretching. And any tiny wiggles here you like, rock side to side, or just kind of steering one knee further than the other. And then with control, you can walk the hands up to the shin so that feet stay meeting, and then up to the thighs, just setting the soles of the feet down for a Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe both hands rest on the belly. Perhaps one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart space. Or if you need it, you snuggle wrist creases to hip creases and try to create more space, pressing the thighs away. And wherever you are, exploring deeper breath. Maybe tracing all of the places the body is supported by the earth. And just encouraging every little spot to get a little meltier, get a little heavier. Just respond to gravity. And you are welcome to stay if this is serving you today. If you're ready for a little more movement, we'll start to heel toe the feet back to hips distance. And you can gently windshield wipe the knees a little side to side. Eventually, this looks like rooting the feet to pick up the hips and shift them right so that legs can fall over to the left. You can cactus the elbows here and maybe send the gaze to the right as well. Just gently twisting body. Notice if there's any spot that's working a little harder than the others. Can you soften there? And if you took your twist gently to the right, start to move the legs back through center. Pick up the hips and set them down to the left so that legs can move to the right. And gently send the gaze over to the left. Opposite twist. Again, scan, where can you heavy? Where are you working unnecessarily? Thank yourself for the effort and then just set it aside. In one more deep breath in where you are. And out. Start to bring the body back towards the center. And if you're in the twist, it's hugging knees in, drawing circles. If you're coming out of Supta Baddha Konasana, you may just want to close the knees, rest them together, bring feet wide. And then as you find you're ready to do so, you'll give yourself a great big squeeze, hugging knees into your chest. Maybe one more moment of happy baby if it's calling to you. And then fully release long for your Shavasana. Bringing legs long, arms long by your side. Just take up space, maybe stretch. And then invite a nice deep inhale through your nose. A big sigh out of your mouth. So that you can settle in and soak up the benefits of your practice. This is stone. And what am I doing here? In a yurt on the side of a hill at the ragged edge of the tree line, sheltered by conifer and bay, watching the wind lift softly the dry leaves of bamboo. I lie on the floor and let the sun fall across my back, as I have been for the past hour, listening to the distant traffic, to the call of birds I cannot name. Once, I had so much I wanted to accomplish. Now, all I know is that I want to get closer to it, to the rocky slope, the orange petals, the adorning fence, the wind's sudden breath. Close enough that I can almost feel at night the slight pressure of the stars against my skin. Isn't this what the mystics meant when they spoke of forsaking the world? Not to turn our backs to it, only to its elaborate plots, its complicated pleasures, in favor of the pine's long shadow, the slow song of the grass. I'm always forgetting and remembering and forgetting. I want to leave something here in the rough dirt, a twig, a small stone, perhaps this poem. A reminder to begin again by listening carefully with the body's rapt attention. Remember, to this, to this. Beginning to deepen your breath. Inviting tiny movements back to your body. That might include stretching the arms overhead as you lengthen the legs. It might feel good to bend the knees and gently roll over to one side. Just take your time. And as you feel ready to do so, you can press into the palms and slowly come up to sit. Just feeling the sitting bones root, the crown of the head rise, and maybe leaning into back body a little bit more there. You can gently bring one hand over your heart and the other over that. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Big sigh out the mouth. And just take a moment to thank yourself for making time to practice today. I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with each other. And we'll bow forward to seal. Namaste.